What's going on, y'all? My name is Jay Nolan, for those of y'all that don't know me. And I'm an independent hip hop artist based in Atlanta. I was born in New Haven, Connecticut, raised in the south side of Atlanta in a town called Riverdale, Georgia. Coming out of school, I really didn't have no type of direction with music. I didn't know where to go. I didn't have no family members or nobody that worked in the music space. So I was kind of like at a standstill, for real. We had the opportunity to meet DJ Drama and Don Cannon. These are legendary DJs. At the time, they had a show called Gangsta Grills Radio that used to air every Saturday night. It was a primetime show. It was one of the main attractions. And we were able to come across those two DJs and we gave them some music. And lo and behold, the very next day, Don Cannon called my phone and was like, yo, next weekend, come back out. If y'all got some more music, I want to hear it. They were working with people like T.I., Lil Wayne, Jeezy, who's who in the industry, you know what I'm saying? And I thought that I was gonna be on a trajectory of doing what they were doing and going along with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 19, 20 at the time. What else would I think? So when that situation fell through, it really put me in a reflective space where I was like, damn, what's my next move? In 2013, I signed my first recording contract, which was a one-off deal with a company called Yo Soy Music that was based in Germany. I don't know how many records that project sold. I don't know how many people actually left stores with those CDs. And to this day, I still have not seen a dollar off of that project. That's what really showed me I ain't know shit about the music industry or the music business, and that something needed to change. And if something didn't change, I was gonna seriously have to start considering giving it up. And at that time, I really was. I was considering very strongly to just give it up, to stop doing music and figure it out from there. It was in that same year that I got my first sync placement, which is getting a song used in audio-visual format like TV, film, etc. So I actually ended up getting a song placed on UFC's Road to the Octagon. And for those of y'all that might watch UFC, you'll know that that's like the pregame warm-up show for UFC pay-per-view. And it changed my whole perspective on the game, man, because I've been putting so much effort into like trying to get on radio or trying to get in front of celebrities or trying to do XYZ, just running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and I wasn't really getting nowhere, and I definitely wasn't making any money. So this placement that I got, I probably made royalties off of it for 4 years. I think I probably made over $4,000 just off that one placement. From there, it was like off to the races. Next thing, I ended up on DJ Jazzy Jeff's Vinyl Destination. I ended up on MTV True Life, MTV Snack Off, Black Ink Crew, Loving Hip Hop Atlanta, so many other things that ended up coming from that. And it just showed me that there was a whole other side of the business that I knew nothing about, and nobody that I knew anything about as well. So at this point, I'm making money. I'm still not signed. Still got no label backing. Still got no outside investors contributing to what I had going on. But it wasn't enough money to quit my job yet. So doing all of this, I worked at Pizza Hut. I worked at Zoe's Kitchen. I worked at Starbucks. Zaxby's, and the last job before I was able to like change the trajectory of my life, I was at Lockheed Martin. So doing all of this was great, but it wasn't changing my life dramatically, but it was introducing me to something that was groundbreaking. And it was like, I'm dang near making more money doing this than I am from my actual job, but it's just that the payments are broken up in ways that I can't sustain to quit my job just yet. 2017, I landed my first movie placement. It was in this movie called 1155. It starred John Leguizamo and Julia Stiles. Shortly after that, I landed a few placements on The Rookie on ABC, and then after that, we ended up on I ended up on 3 episodes of Step Up High Water, which at the time was just a show that was being aired on YouTube Red when they first put that out, a YouTube Red original. For those of y'all that may know a little something about Step Up High Water, the rights to that show have been bought out by Stars, and season 3 of Step Up High Water will be airing soon. So You can now watch all of those episodes that came out on YouTube. You can watch them on the Stars app. You can watch them on Amazon Prime. You can watch them all over the place. So it's going to be interesting to see what my new royalties look like, because before people watch season 3, they're going to want to watch season 1 and 2 to catch up and get up to speed with what this show is really about. Going into 2019, I signed up on Fiverr. Okay, Fiverr.com. Now, for those of y'all out there that might know about Fiverr, you can get all types of anything digital on there easily for pretty discounted prices. So you can get designs, logos, you can get voiceover work, you can get Google SEO help to get your rankings up in your Google results. Anything under the sun, you can pretty much find it on Fiverr at a discounted rate. And I signed up on Fiverr and started selling guest verses, full song verses for producers that like are in other countries and don't really have dope rappers at their disposal to work with. They're willing to pay to get you on these beats, man. I started ghostwriting for artists, started doing lyric editing for artists that may have had lyrics and ideas, but they didn't know how to finish it, or maybe they wanted to make it better, you know what I'm saying? So I started doing that and making some money in 2019. And ever since I signed up on Fiverr, I've made over $20,000 just performing these services, you know what I'm saying? Which is actually quite comparable to the salary I was making doing all these other things and sacrificing my time, you know what I mean? Sacrificing what I wanted to do because I had to be at work. Before I stopped working, I was working 2 jobs and still trying to maintain music. And I was going to bed at like 10 o'clock at night and then waking back up at 4 in the morning to go to work. And then by the time I got home, I was getting ready to go back to work, you know what I'm saying? So I really didn't have no time to really be doing this, but I kind of made it happen on weekends in between trying to spend time with my girl, you know what I mean? The last year and a half, I've made huge improvements with my career, man. Starting off with Hot 97's Top Shelf Freestyle. I was on episode 2 of that show, and our episode reached over 100,000 viewers, you know what I'm saying? Which is actually one of the biggest episodes from the series. And I still use clips from that episode to this day, because when I want to get bigger opportunities and become affiliated with other brands, I use that because brands trust other brands. You know what I mean? If I just hit them up saying I'm J Nolan, they're going to be like, well, who is that? You know what I mean? A couple months later, I ended up with a song in 2 episodes of Little Fires Everywhere, which is a very dope show that impacted the culture. I got music played on The Ellen Show. I got some music played on Fox Sports TV shows. And then in November of last year, a song called Re-Up that I did was actually used as a theme song in Kevin Hart's Zero Fucks Given, which was a comedy special exclusively made for Netflix. And this was a huge situation, man. Number one, because my personal goal was to get a song landed on a Netflix project. And I did that. But not only that, it was with Kevin Hart, which is arguably one of the biggest, most well-known celebrities on the face of the earth. It was a great honor, man. And then I was able to start this year with a dope-ass placement where I wrote some original music for an Xfinity television ad that's actually airing globally right now. Crazy. I have music on the new season of All American, which is also streaming on Netflix right now. And, when it debuted a couple weeks ago, the show actually debuted at number 1 on the platform. So I'm extremely proud of everything that I've been able to accomplish up to this point, man. I did not see any of this in my future when I was considering quitting back in 2013. Earlier this year, I was able to debut my song Atlanta Shit on Sway in the Morning on Shade 45, which was another bucket list for me, because I've always been trying to get in contact with Sway and his team because I knew they would love my music. And in January of this year, I was able to release my first ebook called The Pen Game Portfolio, How to Monetize Your Music as an Independent Artist. So all of the different things that I've talked about with all my sync placements and making money on Fiverr, they're now compacted into one easy to read, easy to understand ebook that breaks down music business terms and layman's terms to show artists how to register their songs in all the proper places so that you can make a profit on your work, and how to be creative when it comes to finding other ways to make money off of music. So outside of just writing songs for TV and film, or ghostwriting, or songwriting and things of that nature, I'm also creating tracks for podcasts, game streamers, YouTube channels, small businesses, The list goes on and on, man, and I'm really trying to show artists that you can live a pretty productive and good life outside of the traditional music industry. You're independent. That means that you can make your own rules, and that means that you can follow your dreams without sacrificing your integrity, without having to give somebody 80% of your profits. Like, it's possible. So for anybody that's watching this right now, if you're an artist, or if you have a family member or a loved one that's an artist and they're trying to find out what to do next, they're confused, they don't know where to go, they've been putting out music, they've been trying to get all their family and friends support, and it's just not gaining any traction, send them this video so they can see that there is tangible ways to accomplish this. There's ways to do it. All right, and make sure you also send them the link to realjnolan.com so they can get the pen game portfolio, how to monetize your music as an independent artist. I don't even have a manager or a booking agent, and my opportunities have not stopped coming in, and I manage them all myself. Okay, much love and respect, y'all. Peace.